Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air, on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus Pro Fan Talk after another Indiana Fever game, after that horrible fourth quarter and the loss that came with it. Indiana Fever falls at home to LA Sparks, 85-75. Indiana had that game wrapped up for every quarter but the fourth. I don't know what it is with Indiana and these second half performances. It's like they run out of gas. Another wasted effort. Before they wasted Aaliyah Boston. Tonight, Kelsey Mitchell. Another wasted effort. Kelsey Mitchell was on fire, and she was the spark that they needed. And I've said this before, just like last year, if Caitlin Clark is down, or in this case, not playing, Kelsey Mitchell is your go-to, period. As much as I like Lexi Hall does not want to try to create her own shots, even though she's a really good three-point shooter. If they're not passing her the ball, she will not get her own step back. She just won't do it. I give Sophie Cunningham more credit because at least she's trying and she's looking better as a shooter. She's always going to give you the hustle. Lexi's going to always give you the hustle. But Lexi being in the top 3 in three-point percentage, I'm expecting her to take some of them open shots on her own. Sophie just spots up and just launches it. And she had a decent night tonight. Lexi just won't, she won't do that. She was 0 for 3 tonight. Sophie was 2 for 7. So she wasn't great, but at least she got the 2. Sophie was 3 for 8 on the floor. Lexi was 2 for 7 from the floor. They got killed in the paint tonight. Azarae Stevens was in their grill tonight. In the paint, and they couldn't do nothing with it. And what was Stephanie White doing at the end of the game? Why would you go small when Azarae was killing y'all almost all game? I didn't get that. 23 points, Azarae. She just went off. Kelsey Plum went off in the fourth quarter. Good defense, 1, 2, and 3. For whatever reason, Indiana cannot put a full game together. They can't put a full game together. It seems like the games that they are winning, they are outlasting. Like they are barely getting by in that fourth quarter. I still haven't seen them, with the exception of the New York game. And of course, you do that on the best team in the league, and then after that, it was like you shot your wad on that game. And now Caitlin Clark is down again. So you got to be able to keep that tempo up. Ari McDonald, as expected, she had a good game tonight. Hustle plays, 14 points. She had 2 steals. She did what she normally does. Wasted effort. Kelsey Mitchell, 20 points. Aaliyah Boston, a double-double, 12 and 10. Wasted effort. I don't know. I'm rooting for Michaela Timpson to get more minutes, but I'm sorry, she looks lost when she in the game. Maybe it's just me, but she looks lost sometimes. So I don't. Uh, Natasha Howard. That's what I expect from Natasha Howard. Clean up stuff, and they couldn't secure a rebound to save their life, other than Aaliyah. And Aaliyah keeps missing points in the paint. 4-13. Come on, Aaliyah. She missing points in the paint and open shots. You know what it is. You know what it is. The refs still are horrible. The bad call or the missed call or the non, no, it's not a missed. That was a non-call because the refs were looking. It was a fast break. Aaliyah Boston goes up for the layup, gets pushed in the back with no call. She misses the layup because she got pushed in the back. And, and the refs didn't call anything. I don't understand that at all. There's no excuse for that. If you want to call the tight ones, okay, but not the obvious ones. You got to call the obvious ones. You have to call the obvious ones. Come on now. They took the point away from Kelsey Mitchell. That would have been a 4-point swing. That was a bad call. Well, no, I take that back. It wasn't a bad call, but that's another call that they missed. So but at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna bitch about the refs no more. Everybody's bitching about the refs. It hasn't been too many games where didn't somebody bitch about the refs legitimately. I'm not talking about home cooking, and that's the other thing. Indiana's at home. There is no home cooking in the W. I've seen bad refs against the Sky in Chicago, against the Fever in Indy, against LA in LA. Y'all remember Kelsey Plum bitching about the refs in their game? And it's across the board. That's the only thing they are consistent at, being bad. The refs are horrible. You can at least call the obvious ones. But again, at the end of the day, Indiana has a horrible fourth quarter. They can't hit a shot. And I don't know what. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 10 points in the fourth. Was that what it was? They got outscored in the fourth quarter, 35-17. They got doubled. LA doubled them up in the fourth quarter. 35-17. That is horrible. That is horrible. I criticize Stephanie White for going with a small team towards the end of the game when you still had an opportunity to win. That's one thing. That's legitimate criticism. I don't understand, and it cost them. And as much as I love Ari McDonald, Ari McDonald is making the most of every opportunity she gets. But when they running their offense, we switching up, and Ari McDonald ends up on Azare. And what's the other girl's name? Let me see. What was the other girl's name for LA? I think it was Liatu King. She was getting. They kept switching up, and you got the size mismatch, and they were taking advantage of that. Now, Ari was holding her own, but eventually that's going to end up costing you because she ain't gonna be the jump. She got to hit them with the quicks, try to get the ball out of their hands. But if they get down to the baseline, it's a wrap for her because she can't hang with them in the weeds like that. She's lost. She at their damn kneecaps. Now, when they bring the ball low and she get a chance to get her hands on it, then you see when she tied up Azare on that one play, she's a hustle player. She's a hustle player. But you got to have a better defensive scheme going because she's always ending up on somebody that's 6'2" or 6'3", and she gonna lose that battle. So guess what? Props to LA for exploiting that. So I don't. Indiana has to figure out what they got to do in the fourth quarter, and it's not, in my opinion, it's not the coaching, it's not the plays, it's not the offense. They're getting the shots and they're getting the looks that they want, and they just getting either lazy or when they get to the rack, the ball is not falling. How many times did Kelsey Mitchell miss a layup tonight because she came in too hot? Ball came off the backboard of the rim way too strong. It was a couple people like that. I think Ari had a couple shots like that. Kelsey Mitchell. I think Lexi Hall had a shot like you get lost down under and you get too far underneath the rim, or you coming in super fast. Kelsey Mitchell is the fastest player in the league, but she lose some of that control. Ain't nothing you can do about it. They fourth quarters are hot garbage. And let's get it. Don't get it twisted. It used to be the third. Then they started getting the third quarter right. Now they got to get the fourth quarter right. You got to play 4 quarters of basketball. It's never over. We joked about that the other night, the other live stream. We were up by like 15 points, and somebody in my chat was like, "Yeah, it's over. They got this a wrap." And I was like, "Don't do that. Never do that. Never do that." As a player, I will tell you, the game ain't over until you see zeros on that clock. Point, period, end the paragraph, full stop. Do not stop playing until that clock is done. I'm with Jalen Hurts. Remember when Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl got mad at Sirianni because they took him out with like 4 or 5 minutes to play, or however long it was? The game was pretty much over by that time, but I'm with Jalen. Don't take me out of the game. I was hoping Philly was going to put 50 on them. Keep your foot on that gas until the clock is done. Leave no doubt. And Indiana was whooping ass for 3 quarters. Unfortunately, you play 4 in basketball. You got to be able to finish. You got to be able to finish. What's good, Live Wire? When people say a 5'6" player is a good defender, I wonder what they mean in comparison to who are 5'1". Listen, man, it's when Ari gets her hands on the ball, she's good. She's quick. She. How many times did she fall over somebody's leg on those picks, on those pick and rolls? Because she's so small, it looks like somebody trying to hip toss her. But you know what? The one thing I like about Ari McDonald is when she's on the ground, she gets up. She gets up. Keep it moving. Stop waiting for a call. Get your ass up and get back into play. And Indiana was doing that in the third quarter. They had a double-digit lead, man, and they can't hold it. They go through these spells, and literally, to me, it looks like they are just totally out of gas. Out of gas. The passes get lazy. They try to force the ball down low. One time, Lexi Hall had Kelsey Mitchell wide ass open. She the hottest girl on the court right now. Get her the damn ball. Sometimes they pass up opportunities to keep passing the ball around. That's good ball movement. Yeah, it's good ball movement until they miss the shot. That shit don't matter unless they make it. If they make the shot, great. That was great ball movement. Good job. If they missed the shot, you passed up 2 open shots. You passed up 2 open looks. Take the shot. Take it. So Stephanie White, yeah, she made a mistake tonight. Late in that fourth quarter, she definitely made a mistake. Stay with the big line, get some rebounds. I don't know why Natasha Howard was out at that particular point, but she stuck with it. They even mentioned it on the broadcast. Like, and you got 2 6'3" girls on the court. I don't get it. You know what? I can deal with the shooting. That's the type I am comfortable with Indiana as a team and how they play. They play hustle ball, they scrapping for rebounds, they scrapping for loose balls, all of that stuff. The shots are gonna fall. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. That's just basketball. That's just basketball. They pretty much held Kelsey Plum in check for the first half. Second half, she went off. Or really the fourth quarter, she went off. So they did okay when it comes to defense. She had 6 points. She did not miss in the fourth. She did not miss in the fourth. Indiana's got to get better in the second half. And I don't understand. It just seems like a switch is flipped, and they get lazy and everybody gets tired. And now I'm starting to see, and I didn't see this last year. Aaliyah Boston is just getting so frustrated with the non-calls, so frustrated. And then one hand I understand, but the other hand is like, baby, you got to keep playing. Period. Just get mad later. Get mad after the game when you watch a film. Get back down the court and let's go. Let's go. Stop force feeding her down there too. You'll get the opportunities to get the ball to her. But they got a lot of stuff. You know what? No. They don't have a lot of stuff to work on. What they got to do is make their damn shots and make the shots in the paint. It ain't nothing about the offense. It ain't nothing about the scheme. It ain't nothing. They play good defense tonight. They played pretty damn good defense until the fourth quarter. Then it's like they got stupid. Everybody's watching rebounds. 3 people and they watching the rebound fall into the Erica Hamby's hands, and nobody's moving. Stuff like that, to me, that's not Stephanie White. That's the women on the court. And they'll understand that when they see the tape. They will definitely understand that. So that's the shit that'll drive you to drink, right? That's the dude. Let me tell you something. That game right there, that's gonna suck when they gotta watch film on that game. That's gonna suck. That's the kind of game, like, you watch that fourth quarter and it'll be arguments and shit in the film sessions. You got to be able to sustain the lead, match their energy, and just put the ball in the bucket. Do what you did to get there. If you gotta change up, you gotta change up. But damn, don't get a game away, man. Don't get a game away. Kelsey Plum got on the heater in the fourth quarter. She was hitting everything. Everything was falling. Azare Stevens, look at that. Fourth quarter. Look at that. 100% in the fourth quarter. So you had 2 players that did not miss in the fourth quarter. That doesn't even make sense. You had 2 players, Kelsey Plum and Azare, did not miss in the fourth quarter. What did Rakea do, dude? Rakea is 2 for 4. Sanaya Fagan didn't even play. Ray Burrell, no. Yeah, they got a Kelsey Mitchell in the fourth, 1 for 4. What do I always say, man? Everybody get all up in arms about DeWanna Bonner's gone. Kayla Clark's out. Stephanie White's not coaching them good enough. It's always something. But at the end of the day, the women on that court in the fourth quarter, they got to figure out a way to pull it together. Everybody else can. And I understand. Like, you got to realize everybody get a turn in the league. Everybody gets a turn. And right now is Indiana's turn. Y'all remember all of that shit they was talking about Chicago? Tyler Marsh is terrible. And guess what? Chicago look better than Indiana right now. And that's an ugly comparison because Chicago was not looking good. And all of a sudden, here come Angel and here come Camilla trying to figure out how to play together. Meanwhile, we can't get a rebound in the fourth quarter. So keep it basketball, man. Keep it basketball. It is not complicated. It is not you don't have to have a super duper Wile E. Coyote level genius to figure out what you got to do in the fourth quarter. You get your ball to your hottest player, which tonight was Kelsey Mitchell, and you let her drive the lane. And then when she drives the lane, get your ass behind her in the paint and get that rebound. Not complicated. It might seem complicated to execute because you had all of that energy, all of that effort, all game until the fourth quarter. That is brutal. That is brutal. Trying to see there we go, play by play. I don't know if they're gonna have to play by play tonight where you can get the highlights. So it doesn't look like it. Probably because it was on Amazon. You already know I'm gonna do a video of that play with Aaliyah Boston. I'm gonna single out that play. That was horrible. That was horrible. Brandon, you already know, man. Make the damn layup, bro. Make it. They get, and that's to me. I'm beating a dead horse at this point. I'm beating a dead horse. The team that makes the most shots wins the game. When you get good looks, open shots, and you miss, it is what it is. That's how you lose. When you get open shots, you got to nail the open shots. When you get stops on defense, you got to turn around and convert that stop into 2 or 3 points on the other end. And Indiana can't do that. We can't do that for whatever reason. For whatever reason. So everybody else played hard. Ari McDonald looked good coming in. Everything looked good until it wasn't. And that fourth quarter hurt them. So whatever they feel they got to do, are they going to try to bring in? Well, I guess Ari McDonald is it, but can they bring in somebody else? I don't know what's going on with Michaela Timpson is just not ready to me. She's just not. Maybe the only way you can get her ready is to get her minutes, get her comfortable, get her in there, and let her do what she can do. But she did not look comfortable in that game. She just doesn't. Like she don't have no confidence. She looks like a rookie that doesn't know what they're doing, so they don't want to mess up. That's what she looks like. That's what she looks like. So hopefully it'll get better, and it will with time, and her getting extra minutes. That's what you need. But got to be more careful, man. Got to do a better job. Got to do a better job. What they gonna practice, Tiffany? What are they gonna practice? I agree with you, but you got to look at it from the standpoint of them and what they do in practice every day. You think they ain't making shots? You think Kelsey Mitchell and them ain't shooting a shit ton of threes? You think Lexi Hole ain't practicing, quick feet and defensive drills? They practice all of that stuff ad nauseum. They practice all of that stuff. The shots, shot selection, banging the boards, coming off picks, flooding the paint to get a rebound, like all of that stuff. They already know. They got to get better at this though. Got to get better at this. So Caitlin Clark can't help you from the bench. It's up to the women on the court. And again, like they look so good for 3 quarters, and then it's just the bottom fell out. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, Tiff, they practice enough. They practice enough. What they might need is a day off. What they might need is like, hey, we gonna shoot free throws. Everybody take 10 jumpers and get out of here. This is one of the times where you put together like a team activity, team go bowling, whatever. Let them air out their grievances or whatever, and then I'll see you on the other end, and everything is all better. That's my opinion. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Yeah, they need to go get back on Aaliyah Boston's boat. They need to do something. And it's the fourth quarter. The fourth, because remember a couple weeks ago, it was they couldn't get out their own way in the third quarter, and then they would come back and just obliterate folks in the fourth. Now, I'm trying to see what I got written down on my notes. Boston pushed, North called at 4:33 in the third. Stephanie White going small at the end of the game was a mistake. Fever's fourth quarters are bad. That's in my notes. That's in my notes. It is that is oof. That's one of those games where you don't really know what to think because they played so well up to that point, and then they just shit the bed. It was good until it wasn't. That's what that was. Oh my gosh! So, ugh, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. 35-17 in the fourth quarter, man. Lord have mercy. Boy, boy, boy. They got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. Mafia bet. The Mafia bet. What's going on, man? What's going on, Anderson Concert? Real quick, let's go back to the conversation about Dewana Bond. Let's go back to that. Did I post? Wait a minute. I did post this. I posted this video. Thought I did. Maybe I did. What's up, Anderson? Anderson, you hit me with the Portuguesa. I don't know. I'm thinking that's Portuguese. Does anybody know? Is this Portuguese? Do I need to go? Let me see if I can put it in the translator, the Google Translator. Hold on. I'm guessing that's Portuguese. So I'm gonna try to decipher it. Translate the English Spanish to English. Let's go. Let's try Portuguese to English to see if it'll work. Now, all right. So maybe that's Spanish. Okay. So let's go. Yeah, there we go. Get the where'd it go? Huh. What just happened to my Spanish? Swedish. Interesting. Interesting. So let's get out here. So let's try Spanish to English. Let's try that. See if that's any better. Translate to English. There we go. I thought American players were good, not basketball, not Jewish. Only 1/3 of 2 foul points are missing. uh, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, Anderson. Uh, that was hard to watch. That was hard to watch. I'm trying to get some of this. I'm trying to get his other stuff so I can translate what he's saying. See if I can get this. The Ojogo Akube Akubo. Let me see. The game is over and the judges continue calling fouls. Yes. Yes. You're 100%. Shout out to Google Translator, man. That's what I'm talking about. That means I can go international with folks and understand what the hell they talking about. Appreciate you, Brandon. I mean, Anderson. Appreciate you, Anderson. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you subscribe and bring all your friends. Bring all your friends. Yeah, I had it backwards. It's all good. I thought, well, I had it to Spanish because I thought it was Portuguese first. But yeah, I hit the wrong button. My bad. It's all good. I like getting that international flavor. So, who is um who is the next game? I know they play. It's another game that I think Las Vegas is playing on Amazon again. So, hey, I put it in Portuguese, but it didn't. It didn't translate. So I did Spanish. So keep talking, Anderson. We'll figure it out. Keep talking. We will figure it out. Um, so let me see. Let's go back to schedules. Go all the way back up at the top. So what's the schedules looking like? All right. So Indiana falls to the Sparks. And right now, Washington and Las Vegas are about to square up. So uh Terry, I talked about that today. Emma Meesman would be a phenomenal get. A phenomenal get for Indiana. But I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna do it. I know she can ball, but I know she over in Europe, whatever team she played for, that would be a phenomenal pickup for Indiana. How come they ain't trying to do it? Maybe they are. Maybe it's not done. I don't know. But absolutely, absolutely, and she would be so much better than Dewana Bonner ever was. Because the truth be told, if a lot more international players were had the opportunities to play in the W, number one, it would look a lot different, and number two, most of those players they can turn it up. They can turn it up. So yeah, when she gets done with Euro play, maybe. I mean, I would get rid of. Oh, hold on. There we go. My bad. I hit the button by mistake because I was looking on YouTube and the mic was active, but y'all can't see this. I got one of the Shure mics, one of the new Shure mics, and y'all see that green when I turns to red and it gets muted. So that's what I think that's what it did. So all that talking. I'm good for what Carlos said. Carlos didn't say nothing. Um, anytime you got to come out the game, usually when you get hit like a quad or a groin. Now let me say this about groins. Speaking from a running back's perspective, groins are problematic because the only thing that can heal a bad groin is rest. If you come back too fast, you're gonna re-aggravate it and you're gonna need more rest. That's just the way that it goes. That's one of those ones where you can't really rush it. And any way you try to, I don't know if you've ever seen like in the NBA, where somebody has a pull growing or you got some type of growing adduct injury, down close, like your groin is basically that crease between your leg and your abdomen where your private parts are. That's the groin area. And when you pull that, everything you do hurts. Everything you do hurts. Sometimes you feel it in the front, sometimes you feel it in the back. When you sit down to take a shit, it's gonna hurt. When you get up in the morning, it's gonna hurt. When you sit down to eat cereal, it's gonna hurt. When you go up the steps, it's gonna hurt. When you come down the steps, it's gonna hurt. If you go down the hill and you got to slow yourself from moving too fast, it's gonna hurt. Everything you do hurts when you have a bad groin. The only thing you can do is rest it and let it heal on its own. You can't rush that type of stuff. You can't rush it, or you're gonna end up doing more damage. Worst case scenario being if you pull a groin or you tear a groin, woo, woo, that's bad for business. So hopefully Indiana will get it together and they will be in the situation, not like what New York did by trying to get Jonquel Jones back out there as soon as possible. New York was playing well. They didn't need Jonquel. The first injury with Caitlin Clark, Stephanie White played it right. Eric McDonald came in, was playing off the charts, and you kept that momentum. And it was like, Caitlin, take your time, take an extra 2-3 days, and it benefited her. So I hope she, I hope she gives it time to rest. Don't come back early. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. If we go through another losing streak or whatever, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, Jim, we're about to get into that. We're about to get into that. We've been talking about that for the past 2 days. I had a long stream last night. Some of y'all was in there about DeWanna Bonner. Um, matter of fact, I was recording a video during the game because I saw this and I was like, oh, Megan McConnell got cut from Phoenix. Huh. Isn't that coincidence? Isn't that a coincidence? So, and of course, then I put this. Y'all saw when I put this. Of course, DeWanna Bonner wants to go to Phoenix with her fiance down there. Captain Obvious. We all know that. We all know that. So, ooh, Terry, good question, man. Ooh, my opinion on Sedona Prince. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Sedona Prince, you know why she wasn't drafted. No secret about that. I have not heard anything about the case. And I say it like that because a lot of times, um, when the jury comes out or the verdict or whatever comes out about the case, ultimately, I think Sedona Prince is going to be exiled in the States until this is settled. until she's either proven innocent or guilty. Or no, until she's proven innocent. Once she's proven innocent, then somebody might give her a shot. But even then, she's not gonna get the love that she get. She's gonna have to make her money overseas, unfortunately. But I think eventually, dependent seeing how it turns out, seeing how it turns out. Very similar, not very similar, but similar to the situation that happened down in South Carolina with Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins got into some trouble with her girlfriend, and then the girlfriend did some things. I believe the girlfriend got mad, pulled a fire alarm, blah blah blah, and the word got around. And again, once again, did nobody do their homework? But the word got around that she was dragging the girl down the hallway by her neck and all of this type of stuff. And they drug Ashlyn Watkins through the mud. And then finally, it comes out, number one, she went over there and the girlfriend was messing with somebody else. Number two, the girl got jealous and upset and pulled the fire alarm. That's how anybody knew, it was at a parking garage. So my point is, after that, she got suspended. And then Dawn Staley made her comments. We got to let the process happen, and we still here supporting her. And she gave the Dawn Staley gave the coach speak, and then it came back. Then you saw what actually happened. The reports came, and well, no, she wasn't abusing anybody. It wasn't domestic assault, nothing like that. The girlfriend got mad because she got caught. That's what it was. But Ashlyn Watkins lost time because of that. So, yeah, Ashlyn Watkins is nice. Another one of those South Carolina girls. So, Cardosa just left the Sky. She didn't leave the Sky. She's playing in the Euro tournament, right, for Brazil. She's doing that. Damaris Dantas left. So it's a lot of players that are doing that. She didn't leave, I don't think, unless something happened that I didn't see. Unless she asked for a trade or something like that. I don't know. But I knew she was going over to play for Brazil. So, she'll be fine. They'll be fine. Timmy Fack-Bentley, she playing for who? London? She playing for the UK, right? Yeah. Liz Cambridge banned. I mean, Liz Cambridge, she burned her own bridge. She burned her own bridge. Liz Cambridge was just a bigger version of Kennedy Carter. Great player, but when the headache outweighs the talent, they'll let you go. And they'll let you go quick. And then Liz Cambridge got famous for all the wrong reasons. So there's that. And especially when you playing in the women's league, that's not a good look. Not a good look. So Liz will still dominate. But you know what? I don't know what it is with some of these players. Let me stop. Let me stop. Because the same shit happens in the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, soccer, hockey, all these professional leagues. You're going to always have some personalities that think they are bigger than the game. And then the game has a way of humbling them. And it's like, okay, I got you. You can think that if you want to. You can think that if you want to. So, to the original question about Sedona Prince, as long as she keeps her nose clean, and then when the word comes out about her court case, and obviously whatever the verdict is, if she's guilty, then she's done. But even if she's guilty, she can still play overseas. But as far as playing at home in the States, not until that SA case is out. Once they get that done and they toss that out one way or the other, then maybe she can get some ground somewhere. But for the most part now, she playing on these not good European teams. So hopefully she'll come out of it, but we'll see. We'll see. I look at the dude. What was the dude? He played for the Eagles. When we went to the Super Bowl in 22, some girl had accused him of sexual assault when he was in college. And the week before we was going to the Super Bowl, they brought that case up, so he couldn't go. Eagles kicked him off the team. And then a couple months later, he was proven innocent. But he had already lost out on the experience, so she won. She took an experience that this dude was going to the Super Bowl, and she took that away from him. So once they get the sexual assault cases out of the way, they'll be fine. And as far as Sedona Prince, I don't know if she's guilty or not, but she got to keep her nose clean because if anything like that ever happens again, you know they're gonna bring up all of this shit. They're gonna bring up all of it. So you got to keep your nose clean. Let's see, Mystics, small lead. Um, I thought the defense was okay. I thought the bigs got themselves in some trouble. Um, especially trying to box out and get positioning for rebounds. I thought they were kind of low end of the totem pole in that regard. But other than that, you get what you get. I think they're playing halfway decent on defense. They just keep running out of time. So we'll see. We'll see. That's going to be one of the things where Sedona going to come in and just have a chip on her shoulder. So that would be fun to watch. That would be fun to watch. So, uh, yeah. Um, I'm about to get up out of here. Check out my latest video. Where'd it go? Did I not? Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I not post that video? Let me see. Let me see. What did I do? Content. No, I post. Oh, it's on. Damn, it's private. That's why. There we go. I still had it as private. My bad. My bad. Audi Crooks. Audi Crooks is an interesting one, man. Audi Crooks is interesting because of her size. You know, she looked like she ain't got no business being on the court, but you can't stop her. But she's not the most technically sound player. So you got to be careful with that. Because truly, that'll be a situation where some of the stuff she was getting away with at Iowa State, she is not going to get away with in the W. I like Audi Crooks, though. You know what? Gabby Williams is my favorite French player. She is my favorite. However, after that game last night, it has come to my conclusion that she is a phenomenal defensive player, but Gabby Williams cannot shoot. She can't. She's not good at it. So she need to work on that shot because she was bricking hard. But I like everything else that she does. Lexi Hall, yeah. Lexi Hall, Kennedy Burke. She last I checked, she was leading the New York Liberty in threes. And she was top 3 in the league. So I don't know. I don't know where it is right now. So not sure. So, but anyways, check out the channel. Don't forget, go to Pro Fan Hoops. That is my channel also. This is my transitional channel. But I'm slowly but surely matriculating all my basketball content to this page. Pro Fan Hoops. So make sure y'all switch over. Go ahead and subscribe now. I'll make a big deal when I'm supposed to switch over officially. But go ahead and subscribe now. Get that out the way, and I'll appreciate you. So I got one spot that's supposed to be all basketball. We need a big win next game. Yeah, you do. You do. So Captain Obvious, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. This was a brutal fourth quarter, and they gotta. We all know what they got to do. So it is what it is. But all right, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all joining me. I'm gonna have more content for y'all tomorrow, man. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going. Matter of fact, as soon as I get done with this, I'm jumping right back into Opus clips and upload some other stuff. Um, so I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I will see y'all tomorrow, man. So have a good night. Be safe, and I will talk to y'all on the next one. Peace.